Okay, I'm going to walk everybody through tying a square knot first, and then secondly, I'm going to look at the suture pad, and then we're going to learn some basic procedures of how to deliver some sutures and move forward with your different maneuvers that you will be seeing as you go through this module and these suturing maneuvers that we have to move forward with through this semester. Okay, so first off, we're going to learn how to tie a square knot. Square knot is one of the tightest knots that you can tie for any type of knot that you have. On top of the square knot, you will learn how to tie a surgeon's knot, which is the base of the base is the square knot. And then you learn how to tie that surgeon's knot as you use your sutures. All right. So with the materials that we have, you will be using the square knot to tie on your thread onto the actual eye of the needle, as long as it is not a pre-attached needle that has the suturing material already attached to the needle. You'll have to learn how to tie a square knot to make it nice and tight. So all you need is a piece of string, which I have here, and you need to pay attention to the different leads. So I have one lead that's fairly frayed, as you can see here, and then one lead here that has a burnt edge onto it. So I'm going to pay attention to my leads as I'm tying these square knots. So the first thing that you need to do is I'm starting with my right hand because I'm right hand dominant. I'm going to use my right hand, and I'm going to use the non-frayed end, the burnt end, to go over the top of the frayed end, and then loop it through and tie that knot. Okay, now I have switched hands, or I've switched leads. Now I have the frayed end in my right hand, and I'm going to use that frayed end and go underneath that other end, loop it through, and then that's how you tie your square knot. Your square knot should look like you have two loops. You have a loop here on this outer edge, and then a loop over on this outer edge, as well as two lines or two leads. You can see right there. You can see the two leads going through each loop. That's what your square knot should look like. And again, that's the tightest knot that you can tie. You can pull that nice and tight, and it'll be super tight throughout the entire procedure. Okay, that's the knot that you will be tying onto your suture material and on your needle once we get going that direction. Okay, so learn how to tie those square knots, and we'll practice those in class. We do that multiple times. And then secondly, I will move your attention down to my pad here, and I'm going to walk you through a few simple steps on making the simple interrupted suture. I have some videos also attached online that you can look at, but I'm going to walk you through my version just because it makes sense to me, and you can see me do it. First of all, you always want to attach your needle right here like this. You have a curved needle. Okay, that curved needle is your suture needle. And then you need to attach it with your needle holder, and you need to have this at a 90-degree angle so that you can enter into the skin and exit through the wound as well. So that 90-degree angle, I'll show you this angle. Okay, so you can see that it's locked and attached that direction, and then it's at that 90 degrees there. Okay, now I'm going to direct your attention down to the pad below me. This suture pad, I'm going to use this sample for my simple interrupted suture. Okay, so with your needle in hand, you will start by trying to go at a 90-degree angle about 5 millimeters away from the actual incision. You will be using needle holders and forceps. So you'll press down with your forceps on this opposite side so that you can see the needle come out of the inside of that incision. Again, you're only using your tools to do this because you don't want to contaminate it with your fingers. So I'm pulling that through with the needle holder. And then I'm going to reposition my needle holder. Then I can use the forceps again to press down or to lift up, whichever direction you want to go. And again, I am entering it from the inside of the wound, exiting it outside of the wound here, so that you will see that I have the simple interrupted suture started. Okay, I have my lead out here, and then I have my needle out here. As you can see that this guy, I pulled it all the way through. On top of here, we will learn how to tie a surgeon's knot with your needle holder. Your needle holder will always start over the top of the incision, just like I have here. Starting it over the top, I'm going to wrap it twice over the top. Then I'm going to reach across and grab the very end of that far lead. And that lead is on my right-hand side. Now I'm going to pull it through and pull it to the left-hand side. So I've kind of crossed my hands, and you can see that. Now I'm starting over. Okay, I have my needle holder over the top of the incision again. Using my forceps, I'm going to wrap it twice. Once again, reach and grab that lead, pull it opposite directions again, and that is your surgeon's knot. And then I will take my scissors, clip off the excess here. I have my scissors in my pack here. I'm going to clip off the excess, and that is the basis of a simple interrupted suture. So again, the basis of tying a square knot, practice that multiple times. Then you can use your needle holder and your material, the suture material that you have, and you can tie your surgeon's knot. Practice those multiple times, and that's how we will start a lesson and progress all the way through all the different maneuvers that we have for suturing.